viewers, you are watching CNN World with me, Annisa Efendi. Somebody is going to die. How Seoul's deadly Halloween cross unfolded. A fresh graduate in her first full-time job, Atinga would help raise her sibling after their father died, a foreign exchange student excited for his first trip to Asia. In the 7 days since 156 people were killed in a Halloween crash in the South Korea capital, along with the details of missing wording and desperate calls for help. According to police emergency calls logs, multiple calls were made as early as 4 hours before the tragedy unfolded. As a crowd in Seoul's busy nightlife district Itaewon becomes so packed that patrollers were unable to move or breathe. Videos taken over the course of that night show revelers realizing at first lonely that in a rush of panic that what was supposed to be a fun night out was spiraling dangerous out of control. Police ultimately sent 4 police were dispatched to the site that evening, but too few and too late to prevent the disaster. Families are mourning the loss of their loved ones, with most victims in their teens and 22nd. Amid the grief, anger has grown with demand for answers as to how things could have gone so terribly wrong. By 4 p.m. October 29, crowds had become significantly big, said Park Chang-king, a parking attendant who worked across the road from the alley where most of the crash took place. In 5 p.m., the alley was so packed it was completely blocked off, according to the owner of restaurant faking the alley. That alley doesn't look safe. It feels like people can be crushed to death, the caller said. I barely escaped it. I think you need to control this. There are simply too many people. Police will come out and check that out, the officer responded. By 7 p.m., people in the alley were spilling out onto a 70 main road, said the parking attendant. According to police log, the second emergency call come just after 8 p.m., with the seller saying people were being pushed, falling and getting hurt. It's shocking. I think it needs to be controlled somehow, the caller said. Similar warnings, growing more dear, soon followed. Just after 9 p.m., a caller warned police the situation was really serious. 20 minutes later, another caller said it feels like mud holes. It's not a joke, it's not a prank call, they said, adopting a beg you. Rapidly escalated between 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. with footage showing the Itaewon streets lined with clubs and bars playing music, packed with revelers standing shoulder to shoulder, some pushing forward in a slow-moving wave. Crowds aren't usual for Seoul or for the Itaewon area, which is often full of partygoers on weekends. Some experts have said this may have contributed to the disaster, with residents unaware of the danger because they were used to being in thinly packing crowds. In a selfie video taken at 18:41 p.m., 22-year-old French exchange student Annisa Cavalier and her friend laughed about the number of people as they wait in the middle of an unmoving crowd. At the beginning, we thought it was funny, said Cavalier. We heard Halloween in Itaewon was amazing. But Annisa soon said it. In a video taken just minutes later, the group has taken on a nervous edge as one girl says, just try not to fall. Another responds, I'm scared. Shortly after Cavalier's state began to feel crushed, she paused out and was infatuated with a photo taken 9 p.m. It shows her being lifted away from the crowd by 2 men. By 9 p.m., an emergency called urgent police to make an emergency dispatch now, saying a big accident could occur at the moment. Several hotel callers around this time warned that people were being templated on describing the situation are horrible. By now, the danger was apparent. Ian Chang, a 21 years old university student from Florida, arrived in Itaewon around 9:40 p.m. planning to meet his friend Stephen Blasey, another American exchange student. It's not clear if his warning ever Rachel Blasey, one of the two American victims who died that night, the other being 20 years old Annisa from Kentucky. Authorities rushed to the scene where they saw up to 10 rows of patients. We could even see their legs. They said workers pulled out the people in the bottom row first. When we let them on the ground, most of the people were unconscious. In at 12 p.m., the Seoul Metropolitan Government sent an emergency alert to residents in the Itaewon area, requesting vehicles to turn away due to an emergency incident near Hamilton Hotels. Citizens, please return home as soon as possible, it read, which will be repeated in several more alerts in the following hours. This was more than 5 hours after the first emergency call had come in, with report of the disaster beginning to circulate widely on social media. On Monday, authorities said they had no protocol in place for dealing with massive crowds without a specific organizer. Afterward, the Prime Minister said the disaster revealed South Korea's lack of deep institutional knowledge and consideration for crowd management. On Tuesday, the National Police Chief admitted the police response to the emergency calls had been inadequate. Throughout this incident, I feel deep responsibility for public safety, and we will do our best to make sure such a tragedy as this does not occur again, he said, announcing a special investigative team and promising transparency. The investigation will include examining why police only made for dispatch ahead of the incident, despite the high number of calls. By Wednesday, the investigative unit raided local police stations across Seoul, seizing internal reports and documenting documents relating to the emergency calls made that raid. Meanwhile, the chief of the Yosa police station, responsible for the district where Itaewon is located, was suspended and replaced. The investigation is ongoing. It was the news for today. See you next week.